But just before boarding their flight back to Mumbai, Arjun suddenly received a mysterious message on his phone. His smile slowly disappeared as he stared at the screen. Anaya noticed immediately. "What happened?" she asked, concern filling her voice. Arjun swallowed hard before replying. "I was told my brother was involved in an accident." Anaya's eyes widened. "Is he okay?" "I'm not sure," Arjun answered. Without wasting another second, the newlyweds rushed back. Their honeymoon was over. The journey back felt endless. Neither of them spoke much, both worried about what they would find when they arrived. When they finally reached the hospital, Arjun rushed through the doors and found his brother sitting up in bed. To his relief, the injuries were minor. "He'll be fine," the doctor assured them. For the first time that day, Arjun could breathe again. After a few days, they returned to their matrimonial home. Although they were now husband and wife, Anaya still felt shy and uncomfortable sharing a room with a man she had only recently begun to know. One evening, Arjun approached Rajesh, the respected head of the family. "Father, would it be okay if Anaya and I had separate rooms for now? I want her to feel comfortable." Rajesh smiled warmly. "Of course, my son. A marriage built on respect will always last." When Anaya overheard the conversation, her heart melted. Behind Arjun's strong, masculine appearance was a kind, thoughtful, and gentle man. For the first time, she looked at him differently. Not just as her husband, but as someone she could trust. Months passed. Arjun took over his father's car dealership and threw himself into the business. With his intelligence, determination, and honesty, the dealership flourished. Customers trusted him. Employees admired him. The business became more successful than ever. But while everything seemed perfect, darkness was quietly lurking in the shadows. One day, Arjun discovered a shocking truth. The accident involving his brother had not been an accident at all. Someone had planned it. And the person behind it was his own uncle. The betrayal cut deep. Determined to get answers, Arjun decided to confront him. When Anaya learned about his plan, fear gripped her heart. By now, her feelings had completely changed. She had fallen deeply in love with Arjun. The thought of losing him terrified her. "I don't want you to go alone," she pleaded. "Why?" "Because," she whispered, tears forming in her eyes, "because I love you." Arjun stood frozen. It was the first time either of them had spoken those words. Slowly, he reached for her hand. "And I love you too." For a moment, the world around them disappeared. All that remained was the bond they had built together. A bond neither of them had expected. After confronting his uncle and exposing the truth, justice was finally served. The family could finally move forward. Life soon returned to normal. But now everything felt different. Every morning, Arjun and Anaya cooked breakfast together. They laughed while making tea. They argued playfully over recipes. They planned meals together. They went grocery shopping together. The house that once felt unfamiliar became filled with warmth, laughter, and love. They were no longer strangers. They were best friends. Soulmates. A match made in heaven. One evening, while watching the sunset from their balcony, Arjun gently tucked a strand of hair behind Anaya's ear. She smiled. He moved closer. Their hearts raced. Then, for the very first time, they shared a kiss. It was soft, tender, perfect. A kiss that carried every emotion they had been holding inside for months. When they finally pulled apart, neither wanted the moment to end. That night, they made a decision together. They were finally ready to share the same room. Not because they had to, but because they wanted to. Because love had replaced uncertainty. Trust had replaced fear. And friendship had become something beautiful and everlasting. Years later, whenever people asked how their arranged marriage became such a great love story, they would simply smile. Because the truth was simple. Sometimes true love doesn't begin with sparks. Sometimes it begins with patience, with kindness, with respect. And when two hearts choose each other every day, strangers can become soulmates. And so Arjun and Anaya lived happily ever after, proving that true love always finds its way. The end. Moral of the story. True love is not always love at first sight. Sometimes it grows slowly through trust, respect, friendship, and understanding, until it becomes the greatest love of all.